So guys, as we know, there are so many Murder Mystery 2 copies out there that steal from Murder Mystery 2 for a profit. But recently, a specific Murder Mystery 2 copy did something so horrible that I just had to make a video on it because I just feel bad at this point. And it is regarding an MM2 copy called MM2 Aim Trainer. Now, this is a very unique MM2 copy in a sense because you don't actually play the normal MM2 rounds, but instead it's used to like test your aim in Murder Mystery 2, I guess for the real MM2, I suppose, so you can get better and better at that game, which I guess is kind of an interesting concept if you really think about it. But recently, this game's been under some hot water because of something horrible that they decided to do to an innocent MM2 player. As you can see from this tweet from an MM2 concept creator named DaPandaBoyV, reading, "Our concept work gets constantly stolen by MM2 knockoff creators, like this one. He refuses to compensate for the profit he has made and refuses to remove them. He clearly has enough money to compensate but still refuses. I have tried taking down his game but failed." And there are a few Discord DMs that we will be going over that is linked in this tweet, as well as this image right here showing some of his items in the MM2 Aim Trainer, specifically this Candle Flame Crossbow, Candle Flame Scythe, and Candle Flame Sword that was in his Murder Mystery 2 Halloween 2023 concept. If you remember, I made a whole video on this concept. They decided to steal his work and put it in this game, which is extremely sad. Like, it's one thing to steal from the $1 million Roblox game that's already making so much money, but it's just a completely whole different bag of worms to steal from extremely small Murder Mystery 2 concept creators and fan artists just making these items for fun. Like, the Panda Boy and the rest of the people that worked on that concept did not make any money from the game at all. They made it completely for free, not a penny was made from it, and the only money he ever made from it was from me, because I actually went out of my way and paid the Panda Boy for the concept he made, because I made some content on his game and I made a profit off of it, and I didn't think it was fair, so I gave him a lot of the profit I made from that video because I thought he deserved it for the work he made. But now it's being stolen by Murder Mystery 2 copy games and is making hundreds and hundreds of dollars off of it. Now, this isn't the first time a Murder Mystery 2 copy is stolen from Murder Mystery 2 concept creators. It happened a while back last year, but the difference is the concept creator and the MM2 copy ended up coming to an agreement to have the item stay in the game as long as he got credited for it, and the concept creator was perfectly fine with that, to my knowledge. But it is a much different story here. Now, we're gonna go over the DMs right now. I'm going to censor out the guy that he was DMing because even though I do not condone stealing MM2 assets, I also don't condone witch hunting. So if you guys do go out of your way to find the person that's behind all of this, please don't go attack them because that's not going to help the situation at all. But as you can see, the Panda Boy said, "I'll give you a final deal. Remove the candle stuff, vampire crossbow, and traveler's rifle with 10,000 Robux in compensation for the profit you've been making off of. The vampire crossbow and travelers is from Eyes, which we also have a share in, and since it's our items, we would like a 10,000 Robux compensation," which I think is extremely fair. Since you guys have been using his stuff without permission and making a profit off of, I think it's only fair for the profits to go to the original owners. But the guy says, "I didn't even make a profit off of your stuff. They do not cost money to use," which the Panda says that's a complete lie. All you have to do is hold E on a candle and you get the items. How is that supposed to be monetized? You're literally making the original deal worse. Which I did check out this game. I don't think you did have to spend any Robux on the items, but you do have to grind on the items, which do actually make these guys a profit. It's called premium payouts. If a person is in your game for a long time, you get a good amount of Robux for it. Which, from what I've been told, you've actually had to play this game for a pretty long time to be able to get any of these Candle Flame items or the rest of the items owned by the Panda Boy. Meaning, even though you did not have to pay to get those items, he still made a huge profit by having them in the game. The Panda says, "Well, it's still not right to use the assets," which he said, "If I didn't like the original deal, what makes you think I'll accept this one?" Which, as you can see from these DMs, this guy is really not budging with removing the items from the game. Like, he's being asked to remove the items and give some compensation, but he's just flat out refusing to do it, which I think is extremely messed up. Like, you do not own the right to these items. You do not own these items, and you stole them from this guy without any permission and then making a profit off of it. Like, if you're being asked to remove the items, why not just do the right thing and remove them? It's not that hard to do it. Which the Panda Boy says, "Who cares? It's not up to you. You gotta pay the price no matter what. Don't be stubborn about this." Which he says, "Stubborn," says who? The person who decides to go after the person who is using the toolbox instead of the uploader. So I believe the Panda Boy's items actually got stolen and got put onto the free models on the Roblox toolbox, which that is pretty messed up, and I don't think this guy was the one that put them on the toolbox, but still, the Panda Boy did not willingly put these items up on the toolbox. Of course, the person that put them on the toolbox should also be punished for it as well, but you are still using the items without permission, and now that you know that they are not meant to be free use, you should just do the right thing and remove them now that you know that you're not supposed to be using them. But instead, you're being extremely hard about this, and it is refusing to remove the items out of any circumstances. Like, Like, if you're gonna be using items off the Roblox toolbox, you should at least do your research on if these items should be used or not. But even if you did not do the proper research and you messed up, just do the right thing and remove them now that you know that they were stolen. It's like going to the toolbox and trying to put a Pikachu in your game, and if Nintendo tries to sue you, obviously you're still gonna get in trouble for that, because even though you happen to find it off the toolbox, you're still using the item when you know you're not supposed to. The Panda Boy says, still stolen, remove them and pay the price, and he says, I would rather remove them and not pay. You're acting like me having these items in the game is ruining stuff. My man, you literally stole these assets from small MM2 concept artists, and you're making money off these stolen assets. This is money that should be going to the Panda Boy because he owned the rights to them, and he did not give you any permission to be using them, but instead you're profiting off of it. Obviously, that's ruining stuff, but not only that, but now people are not going to know that the Panda Boy is the original owner of these items, since of course his game was so small, not a whole lot of people know that these items even existed, but now everyone's going to assume that these items are either from the real MM2 or made for the MM2 AIM trainer, and now it looks like the Panda Boy is stealing because no proper credit was even given to Panda Boys in the game. Which the Panda Boy says, because it is, you're stealing money from us, you're profiting off of fan artists' work, so if you can remove them without, then make things right and don't continue to mess up. But the guy says, yo, was I not clear? How did I mess up? I didn't even know all this would happen by me using the assets. Well, now that you know, remove them! You know that you weren't supposed to use them. Alright, I really do not understand the thought process behind some of these MM2 copy developers. Like, if you stole the items and you didn't know that they were stolen, like, yeah, that's still messed up, and now that you know that they weren't supposed to be used, just remove them. You say that you didn't know all this would happen, but now that you know this happened, just do the right thing. The Panda says, just replace the item with a different item. Is it hard? Not rocket science. Which he says, didn't say it was rocket science. Like, what exactly? You have to figure out, not my problem. Which he then says, wait, I might get other opinions on this. Which he gets someone else's point of view, which is probably another MM2 copy developer, if I were to guess, saying he's wrong, taking down the game won't do anything because the assets are still obtainable in studio. Which, yeah, technically the items would still be in studio, but that doesn't make it right to just flat out steal these items, even if you are well aware of these items being stolen and the original owner not wanting the items in your game specifically. Like, I don't understand how that's so hard to realize. But then he says, honestly, if you are selfish of your own creations, why not make it more secured? Which, hold on, let me get face cam up real quick because I just want to say something. All right. Selfish! Did you seriously just call this guy selfish over this? The Panda Boy did not ask for his items to be put on the marketplace. They were not made to be a free use item. These are made for his concept specifically, dude. Not once were these ever meant to be free use items, but instead you took the items off of the Roblox toolbox, are making tons of profit off of it, and now that you know you're not supposed to be using them, you decide to just completely disregard everything he's saying and are continuing to use the items and making a profit off of it, and you call him the selfish one? If anything, you guys are the selfish one for stealing hundreds of dollars off of the Panda Boy's paycheck that he should be making and not doing the right thing and removing the items, not paying him back, not doing anything he is asking you to do. Like, dude, I do not understand the thought process behind these type of people, dude. I'm sorry for getting mad. I just don't understand how you can be this gummy when you know you are so clearly in the wrong, but you decide to go through all of this. You go through all of this arguments, like risking your game getting taken down just because you want to continue being a horrible person when it is so easy to just remove the item from the game and compensate at least some of the profit you made off of it. And it's sad because the Panda Boy and some of the people that helped work on the concept, they did try to DMCA this game and get it taken down, but obviously Roblox moderation is pretty horrible and they did not really help with the DMCA. I heard they're trying to DMCA it again with a little bit more information. Hopefully that'll help. I'm not even too sure though. But it's so sad because an MM2 AIM trainer sounds like such an interesting concept. Like some people, even like some people that I've talked to and are good friends with, like they told me like, hey, I don't support MM2 copies, but the MM2 AIM trainer game is pretty goated. I'm not gonna lie, which I agree. Obviously I don't support the game, but I think the concept is pretty cool to be able to test your aim for the real murder mystery too. Because this game could be such a good game, but they have to completely ruin it by having all of these stolen assets in it and are refusing to remove any of it when asked to. Now, I feel like they could actually make this game like a pretty decent game in the future if they decided to do the right thing. If they did end up removing all of the stolen assets from the Panda Boy and any other fan artist or concept creator, but maybe in the future this could be like a completely not stolen game, like without any stolen assets, even from the real murder mystery too. Like for example, if they removed all of the original murder mystery 2 items from the game, because this is just an aim trainer, you don't have to have all of those stolen weapons in the game if you're only here to test your aim. And maybe with all of the maps in the game, because of course having the maps is a pretty important part of the game, maybe instead of just copy and pasting the map from MM2, maybe recreate the map and having like the same structure as the original map. Like I'll just provide like a quick example example, like on screen, like instead of having all of the stolen assets from Mansion 2, just have the same structure, like the same layout of the Mansion 2, just completely remade. Like here's like an example that I just made in like just like 10 minutes. Like you could easily do this, and I do believe most of the code is completely original from this game. Like I did try out this game for the video, and most of the code seemed like it was pretty original. There probably is a bit of stolen code, like from like the knives and guns and stuff. Like they could very easily recreate that, and this could be a completely original game, not stolen at all, and it'd be a lot more respected by MM2 and even all of Roblox. Like maybe even I would make videos on it in the future if they had no stolen assets, but instead they had to go down this road of just being extremely scummy, stealing not only from Murder Mystery 2, but extremely small Murder Mystery 2 fan art. Like it's so sad that I even have to keep making videos about MM2 copies. Like these should not exist on Roblox at all, and I've made so many videos talking about the horrible things MM2 copies have done, and we are in 2024 now, and I have to continue talking about the horrible things they've done. Like honestly, I'm tired of making these videos, but of course, since I'm an MM2 news creator, since I talk about all the latest news and drama in the MM2 community, I gotta keep talking about this, even if I don't want to. Like it's impossible to make MM2 content or even MM2 fan art nowadays, because all these MM2 copy developers just steal all of the art and all of the hard work that all these small MM2 creators are even doing. Like if you ever wanted to make fan art or content for MM2, like good luck, because there's a very high chance people are just gonna steal it and make hundreds of dollars off of it, and there's like nothing you can do about it. But yeah, that's about it to this video. I just wanted to go over this extremely unfortunate situation that's going on in the MM2 community right now. Alright, yeah guys, that's about it to this video, so I'm gonna end it off here. So until next time, goodbye!